What's up, everybody? We're here with the most artisanal knife company, Artisan Cutlery and CJRB, and Russel Sofioto, the man, the myth, the legend.
I know, it's me. I'm here. What's up?
Hey, you want to talk about some knives?
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Okay, let's do it. All right, so our table's divided in half right now. We got stuff that's available now and stuff that will be available soon.
Very soon.
So let's talk about what's available now. This looks like a Pyrite.
Yep, that is one of our newer Pyrites. Full copper scales, 20 CV blade. The original warning, I know people are looking at the belly right now, but I love the warning, and this one is a fantastic piece. If you like copper, you like that that patina that develops on there. Yes, smell that oceany smell.
Oceany smell. Yeah, so, that's nice.
If you're a copper fan, 20 CV in copper.
Milled clip.
This thing's hot. Yep, milled clip, textured milled scales.
Yeah, so tell me about this milling texture. I think it's available on the next one as well.
Yeah, so it's, what is it, the Revel stock style milling? So it's got the little diamonds on there. Feels great, does not feel like all cheese. I thought it was gonna feel like a cheese grater. No, it's nice and it's got a comfy, just a little bit extra grip on there. It looks cool. It's got that little cutout in there. So it really does give me the vibes of like your old style shotguns.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. It's so slick. Looks great on the tie as well. So the tie one is S90 in full tie. Lightweight, slim. It's got a bit more of a square profile, so it actually sits really nice in the hand. And for me, that's like the ultimate version of the Pyrite. For me personally, I love this one.
See, I'm a drop point man, but be danged if that action isn't good.
So good.
Yep.
All right, coming up, we have the Kami with a K. The Kami, Dirk Pinkerton's new design. This is his take on a folding kukri. I think it is just a very aggressive, cool looking knife. This one's a dressed up version. We have a micarta version as well, but if you flip that guy over so people can see full tie Damascus clip, a little bit of a tie Damascus accent, tie Damascus backspacer, just a little bit extra class or something that's a little like, you know, so wicked knife with a little class and a little detail on it. Love the shape.
Very gangster.
It is. Also the thumb plate on there.
Oh yeah.
Perfect for a middle finger flick.
All right, let me try it.
Yep, you can do it. You can do it.
Doink.
There you go.
Oh yeah, right there.
The angle is just right for it. It feels so good. And then
Seder.
The Seder, we've had the Seder out for a bit, but now we have a battle bronze version. So bronze tie with that same windowed milling there. We have our radial pattern in there and a stonewash black blade.
S90V as well.
Yes, S90V. I'm getting kind of like Greek, like, you know, the Trojan War kind of vibes. It's like, you know, I wanted it to look like a battle-worn shield. Like one of the Greek bronze shields. Ooh,
I think you won, man.
I'm into this. I'm so into this. It's black and bronze, one of my go-tos.
Yeah, and that new texture is killing me, dude. It's so good.
The radial pattern's so nice. It's a little subtle in this one, but I think it works in its favor. It's just a very slick-looking knife for someone that doesn't want to go with the very, like, the Seder's a very machined, very elegant, very, like, refined knife. This takes it and kind of smooths out those lines and makes it a bit more organic feeling. I think it's just slick as hell.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, one of my favorite knives of the year.
Right.
So excited to see this. I can front flip it.
There it
go.
is. Why don't I let you talk about this one? I know how much you like it.
So this is the Ray Laconico designed Artisan Cutlery Revel. And I like to revel in its beauty. Because first of all, look at the lines. So clean. Like, that's what I love about Ray Laconico. They are iconic, distinctive designs, but they are clean. Cleaner than a surgical studio.
So nice.
Yeah.
So I love that we were able, so I talked with Ray about this, and we decided to go with blasted hardware and this kind of gray finish tie. It's a light coating. You still see the machining underneath it, but it's a very light gray, and it actually does give me the vibes of a lot of his custom models. It doesn't look exactly like it, but it does kind of, you know, it feels like it. And I really like this combination of like that matte finish with that gray, that kind of slightly shiny gray. It's different, it's distinctive. And I am very happy we're able to do this instead of just doing like a plain, you know, the plain machine tie. But I dig it. It is a wonderful knife. I have the custom, so I really have nothing else I can say. I own the original. It's amazing.
Yeah, I've been harassing Russell about this since SHOT Show.
Yeah.
This thing's incredible. And like, what I like is sometimes I think the look of a front flipper is a little bit out there for my tastes. That does not look like it has one.
It's just light if you can. Like, we didn't intend it to be a front flipper, but it does work like that.
Yeah, this is such a good knife. Titanium S90V, Laconico. You guys smash this one out of the park.
It's sexy. It is so sexy. All right.
What's up? What's coming next?
Let's move on to protos. So we have one, let's see, I'll just pass it to you. So we have one coming out very soon. This is the Banjarra, designed by Dirk Pinkerton. And if y'all know Dirk, you know that he has some very distinctive designs. Again, the Kami was his as well. This one, much more in that kind of curved, more like Persian-esque style blade. I'll be honest, for me, that reminds me of a fang. That is like a tooth right there. This is a very, once again, aggressive knife. I like how it sits in the hand. It's got that internal jimping that Dirk does on a lot of his models, and that wave pattern on the handle, it's slick, is really cool. And this is, again, more of a tactical, but I can see enjoying this as an EDC, especially with that big old hole for a middle finger flick. It's like, look, and I love it. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
We worked forever on that name of Banjarra. It's like, oh, yeah.
Banjarra. I would have just called it the Sabertooth if that's not already taken.
That's actually one of his other models, is a Sabertooth.
Oh, I knew it.
It's one of Dirk's existing models.
He's already up ahead of me.
All right.
Dirk Pinkerton doing it all again.
Move on to the next one. This is the Caruso designed by Nick Designs, Nick Rogers. So he did the Ahab and he did the Waden. Wonderful knives, but Nick has a very eclectic design to his knives. He is, I mean, if you've ever met him at shows, he has a certain type of knife he gravitates towards. He comes to shows with his bag of knives he buys at shows. He wanted a knife that was going to be a do-all folder. And so the Caruso, Robinson Caruso, it is something, if you were stranded, you'd have a knife that would do all levels of things you want to do. And if you can't see on camera, this thing is chunky.
That is a nice, thick
It is
piece of titanium.
We're probably going to mill it out a bit. It does need a little bit of relieving, but it's a chunky, straightforward knife. And this like high clip, it's actually similar to the Revel, but again, with Nick's designs and the way Nick designs, they like him and Ray talk, and they're like, oh shit, we didn't realize it was like the same thing. But it's a great shape for something like this, because you really get that very fine tip and that fine blade with plenty of mass behind the edge. So if you're going to be cutting all day, this will do great. But that handle gives that really comfortable feel to it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice indeed.
So that's the Caruso.
Caruso.
Moving on to something real fresh here. So we have the Wizard. This one designed by Dustin Rhodes.
That's a lot of tie Damascus.
It is, yeah. This one, we're not sure if we're gonna run it with a full tie Damascus, but this one was a expression in detail work. You gotta see the clip insert's one of my favorite parts. That little gem right there for the clip insert. We have a floating back spacer with some special milling on there. This knife was all about details. Also, the blade to handle ratio on this thing is nuts.
Yeah, that's one of the best I've ever seen.
It's so good. And considering this is his first design.
Dude, this guy's got a future.
He came by the other day, and it is impressive. This thing is so nice. I wasn't quite sold on this when I first saw the drawings. Picked this up for the first time yesterday. I'm just like, I am in. Also, slightly larger studs. I love just everything about this just came together really nice.
It did indeed.
So that's the Wizard. We'll see about we're running this soon. All right, so next up, CJRB's. This is the Shale. Kind of another take on something,
I like that.
We've had a few complaints that people wanted a Pyrite with a slightly wider handle. So this one has a wider blade, slightly wider handle. We're going to be texturing all versions of it, but it's that little harpoon there that feels good and a little bit of a fishtail at the end. So it really locks your hand in a bit more. Yeah. I want to see if we can make this one a little bit bigger, but we'll see. So far it's been mixed. Some people are like, no, it needs to stay the same size. It's perfect. Other people are like, yeah, it needs to be a little bit bigger. But really it's focusing on a slightly wider blade and just an alternative to people who already own the Pyrite but want something with a bit of a change to it. So that is the Shale. Just another great button lock from us. Also, I do love the steel handle versions. The ting on that sound is so nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What I love is that the thumb stud is kept just far enough back off the grind. It's not going to get in your way if you're slicing an apple.
It's really just a very slicey piece.
Yep.
And
awesome.
Then one of my favorites. This is the version designed by Jacob Lundquist, of Quist Designs. And this one we've had in the works for a long time. We just had to like dial it in and get it just right. But I love a good small knife, and this one has so much like comfortable substance in the hand. It's got that big finger choil. I love that drop point. It is just a true functional tool that's got a very modern design to it. Also, something about these inset scales just gives me like. It feels a little vintage. I can't really put my finger on it, but I really like that swooping bolster.
Yeah, that bolster. So a lot of people will try and hide a flipper there.
Mm-hmm.
This one, that's just a piece of design.
It just lets your thumb go just right over, and then it turns into a place for the jimping. It gives you great access to it, and it feels so good in hand.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Jacob Lundquist around the show today.
Yeah.
Dude's got talent.
He does. He's very much like, he is a skilled machinist who really like makes knives that are very machinist focused, and I am so into it. So got some more protos, got some new stuff. We got cool things coming out, and this has just been a good show for us overall.
Well, wonderful. You guys are prolific, and I've seen some of the stuff that's coming out next year.
Yeah.
Whew, there's a lot of
stuff.
Artisan and CJRB. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to Blade HQ. Follow them on Instagram. They're putting a lot of cool stuff. And we'll see y'all next time.
Yeah.